Hi viewers, and in today's video we will tell you about 16 warning signs your diet is going to make you sick. Typical signs that you're not eating enough can include feeling tired, getting ill more often, hair loss, or skin problems. While obesity and related conditions are on the rise, the dangers of undereating are relatively overlooked. Undereating can have a range of adverse effects on a person's health and well-being. In this video, we will look at the risks and reasons for undereating. We also highlight signs and symptoms to look out for that may indicate a person is undereating. Attempting to get more fit, proceed cautiously. Companions. Some weight reduction tips and diets can unleash destruction on your well-being. 1. You're constantly drained. Certainly, your weakness may be after effect of consuming the 12 p.m. oil, and afterward rising ahead of schedule for CrossFit or kid care. You could be worn out on the grounds that your thyroid isn't working as expected. Your adrenal organs are worn out, or your body is depleted from exhaustive everyone, or your assets attempting to shield you from the harmful overburden. You're besidingly your framework as a result of handled food sources, cigarettes, liquor, or ecological openings. Considerably more usually you could be cleared out on the grounds that your pressure reactions are flipped on consistently and your self-fix components are in override, attempting to shield you from contamination, malignant growth, and an entire host of other genuine sicknesses. Some of the time constant exhaustion is the lone indication that your sensory system is stuck in persistent tedious pressure reaction, the murmur that goes before your body, revolutionary shout. So don't excuse fatigue. If this is the kind of content you like, be sure to click on the subscribe button and ring the notification bell in order to stay up to date on your daily videos and content. 2. It needs more calories. Truly investigate that new eating regimen you're thinking about. Does it seem like it gives sufficient energy to keep you working, while caloric requirements change dependent on how dynamic you are, your age, and your sex? The normal everyday needs for a grown-up reach from 1,600 to 2,400 calories for ladies and 2,000 to 3,000 for men. On the off chance that the eating regimen you have been thinking about makes them take in under the suggested everyday consumption, odds are acceptable that it will make you debilitated. Not certain that how to manage down without truly dialing back on calories. Our report, 30 weight loss tips, then counting calories can help. 3. Your pee dim yellow. Hydration is fundamental to keeping our sound body, and when you're very much hydrated, your pee out to be totally clear. On the off chance that your pee into the latrine and see a great deal of yellow, you're presumably not drinking enough liquids. Keep in mind, charged or cocktails are drying out. Not hydrating to stick to water, natural or green tea, coconut water, or green juice. 4. It doesn't come from a confined-in source. On the off chance that you found a weight reduction on an irregular blog or Instagram account, odds are the data isn't coming from a strong, nourishing source. Prior to leaving in another eating regimen, verify whether it incorporates clinical examination, or in the event that it was assembled with the assistance of well-being experts. In the event that it wasn't, odds are it's bound to make you deliberately then more slender. 5. You catch every cold and flu. We're totally presented to infections and microscopic organisms consistently. However, a solid individual ought to have the option to fend off these microbes most of the time. In case you're that individual who gets each bug your companion have, or becomes ill every time your children do, your safe framework may not be working ideally. This cannot just put you in danger of irresistible infections, yet in addition another long-term medical problems. 6. It needs fiber. The normal American devours around 15 grams of fiber every day, which is 10 grams under the suggested sum. In case you're thinking about starting a better eating routine that doesn't consolidate high fiber food sources like entire grains, beans, natural products, and veggies, you probably will not burn through enough of the tummy filling supplement on the standard. Not exclusively may this leave your stomach thundering. It could make you blocked up as well. Your body needs fiber from genuine food sources, not enhancements, to add mass to your stool and make them simpler to pass. 7. It calls for dietary enhancements. A great deal of the present weight control plans have a clothing rundown of dietary enhancements. You just have to take on the off chance that you truly need to be ready for their program. The names of these enhancements are normally more than the assemblage of examination on their viability, which implies you could be burning through cash on something that doesn't do a lot of improve your well-being and could even be hurtful. 8. Its path unique in relation to your present eating regimen. Alright, in the event that you're right now remaining alive on a careful nutritional plan of donuts and pizzas, doing a 180 may not be a poorly conceived notion. Yet, in the event that you have the dietary inclinations like appreciating meats, that is presumably implies the best for you won't be vegetarian. Also, if your eating routine is generally sound and you are taking a gander at leaving an eating plan that expects you to set up your suppers absolutely constantly or trade out a ton of food sources in your eating regimen, it might welcome unblocked swelling and other undesirable in the event that you need to switch things up. A cycle the most secure wager is do so gradually so your framework doesn't get an all-out stun. 9. It disregards your ailments. In the event that you have a condition like diabetes, crabby, gut disorder, or celiac sickness, you probably need to alter your eating routine, since most non-exclusive weight reduction plans are custom fitted for everyone. You'll probably struggle discovering one that is okay for you to follow. In the event that you need to shed pounds, then it vows to fix your medical issues. On the other side, any eating routine that vows to recuperate or your persistent misfortunes out to be drawn nearer with alert. While the facts confirm that food is extraordinary a hero, it shouldn't be a trait technique for you all that you're now doing to keep up your well-being. 11. Its supporters for over-the-top exercise. While a savvy diet plan will urge individuals to consolidate practice into their routine, an eating regimen that recommends you hit the rec center for quite a long time will probably negatively affect your invulnerable framework. 12. It's 100% cheddar. Any individual who's seen The Devil Wears Prada realizes that Emily went to Boundaries to get more fit for Style Week, to thin down to a runway test size. She abstained the entire day, and when she had an inclination that she was going to drop, she'd eat a solid shape of cheddar. Indeed, generally, you not should be a MD to realize that this presumably isn't definitely not a keen thought. In case you're thinking about cheddar diet, the grapefruit diet, or simply eating cotton balls like on Shout Queens, it's an ideal opportunity to stop. There's an explanation. Those sorts of diets are just depicted in the motion pictures, they aren't intended for reality. 13. It powers you to get fixated on your eating routine. Not exclusively, cannot really healthy eating regimen make you generally debilitated. They can influence your psychological well-being as well. Here and there, when an eating regimen is excessively prohibitive or tedious, you begin to zero in exclusively on the thing you're eating and what your next supper or bite is. Over the long run, this can make you become on edge or unfortunate about eating whatever distantly outside of your eating routine. As per the Academy of Nutrition and Diabetes, these emotions might be an indication of orthorexia nervosa, which is an unfortunate fixation on eating well food. In the event that this seems like you, look for clinical assistance right away. 14. It causes you to feel like you need to segregate yourself. Eating out to be fun, unwinding and social. So in the event that you end up trying to not feast out with your companion since they make remark on the things you're eating, or you're stressed, the kitchen will most likely be unable to take into account your requirements. Think about that as warning. Then your eating routine is nothing but bad. 15. It makes it with the goal that you abhor food any longer. Regardless of whether you're eating a gooey treat or a delectable kale plate of mixed greens, eating out to be charming. At the point when an eating routine appears to drain all the delight out of eating, that is an obvious indicator it's a flop, and one that can have genuine ramifications on your emotional well-being. Prohibitive eating fewer carbs has been appeared to cause tension, outrage, and temperament changes, as indicated by the College of Kenyans. 16. It makes you completely depleted. A solid eating routine should give you more energy, not avoid you having a feeling that you can't get with regards to bed. On the off chance that you begin feeling progressively exhausted as the times of your eating routine wear on, odds you're getting malnourished. As per the enormous foundation, it's significant you tune in to your body when you begin having these indications. Weaknesses can be an indication that your invulnerable framework has been undermined. Thus, you may become debilitated all the more, much of the time and for longer time frames of time. Your body needs supplements and perhaps of various ones to have a well-working and vulnerable framework. In the event that you don't take care of it, you will not feel great. What's more, discussing things that can leave you feeling sickly, making certain to maintain a strategic distance from these 40 habits that make you sick and fat.